Welcome to Harness Ancient Wisdom. Today we are looking at the greatest knight who ever lived. He was tournament champion, loyal knight, oath fulfiller, and warrior. His life story is the equal to any movie, and his skill is legendary. Throughout history, few figures have embodied the ideals of chivalry, loyalty, and martial prowess as completely as Sir William Marshall, known as the greatest knight that ever lived. William Marshall served 5 English kings, protected the crown through times of war and rebellion, and helped to establish the Magna Carta as a cornerstone of English law. Sir William had unmatched success in tournaments, earning the legendary knight both wealth and fame across Europe. He provided service as a trusted advisor and military commander to 5 kings. He was involved in defeating French forces and rebel barons in the Civil War after King John's death. He acted as regent for the young King Henry III, stabilizing the kingdom during a time of chaos. And he oversaw the reissue of the Magna Carta, a document that would become a foundation of English governance and a pillar stone in Western civilization. Let's look at the extraordinary life of William Marshall, a man whose loyalty and valor shaped the future of England. Before we go further, please like and subscribe and help this historian's small YouTube channel grow, and please leave a comment if you would like me to do a video on any of your favorite historical figures. William Marshall was born in either 1146 or 1147 AD into a relatively minor noble family. His father, John Marshall, was a baron who supported Empress Matilda during the Civil War against King Stephen. At a young age, William's life nearly ended when his father refused to surrender during a siege. The young William was taken hostage by Stephen's forces and threatened with execution. But John Marshall famously replied, "I still have the hammer and anvil with which to forge more sons." And William survived. Like many noble boys of his time, William was sent to live in another noble household to learn the ways of knighthood. In his case, it was the household of his cousin William de Tancarville in Normandy. Here, young William was trained in the arts of war and courtly behavior. His natural talent in combat became evident early on, and he began to make a name for himself as a fierce competitor in tournaments. By the time William reached his early 20s, he was a celebrated figure in the tournament circuits of Europe. These tournaments were not just sport, they were brutal, chaotic melees where knights could win both riches and renown. William excelled, earning considerable wealth and gaining the respect of his peers for his unmatched skill and bravery. His victories in the tournament field soon brought him to the attention of Queen Eleanor of Aquitaine, wife of King Henry II. This was William's entry into the upper echelons of English politics, as he became a member of the royal household, specifically serving the young king, Henry, the eldest son of Henry II. William's service to the young king marked the beginning of his close ties to the Plantagenet family. The young king loved tournaments as much as William, and together they traveled across Europe, competing and fighting. However, their relationship would be tested when the young king rebelled against his father, King Henry II. Despite the conflict, William remained loyal to the young king, serving him even through his rebellion. In 1183, the young king died of illness, and on his deathbed he asked William to fulfill a vow by going on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land on his behalf. After fulfilling this vow and returning to Europe, William resumed royal service, now under King Henry II himself. William became a trusted military commander, and when Henry died in 1189, William swore his loyalty to Henry's son, King Richard the Lionheart. Under Richard's reign, William's loyalty and skill were rewarded with one of the greatest prizes in England, marriage to Isabel de Clare, heiress to vast estates. This marriage made William the Earl of Pembroke, and he became one of the richest and most powerful men in England. When King Richard died, William again pledged his loyalty, this time to King John. John's reign was marked by rebellion and conflict, but William stood by his side. After John's death in 1216, William's greatest test began. As regent for John's 9-year-old son Henry III, William effectively ruled England, protecting the young king's claim to the throne. He led the royalist forces to victory at the Battle of Lincoln in 1217, securing the throne for Henry and restoring order to the kingdom. During his regency, William reissued the Magna Carta, ensuring its place in English governance. His leadership during this time brought stability to England when it was on the brink of collapse. William Marshal died in 1219 at the age of 72. On his deathbed, he was admitted into the Knights Templar, and he was buried at Temple Church in London, where his effigy remains to this day. I've recently been studying up on the Knights Templar, and I will make a video about the Knights, but that is for another video. William's life, recorded in a biography commissioned by his family, immortalized his legacy as the greatest knight who ever lived. His loyalty, valor, and sense of duty made him a towering figure in medieval history, and his impact on English politics and the monarchy continues to resonate through the ages. What a warrior, what a life story. What a fascinating character. Drop a comment below and let me know which knight deserves their own video. This has been Harness Ancient Wisdom. Subscribe for more history and philosophy, mythology and wisdom from the past. Thanks for watching Harness Ancient Wisdom.